Hello.
Hi everybody. Merry Christmas.
Welcome to Christmas COVID 2020.
Yes, COVID 2020.
Oh boy. Anyway, we thought we'd try to make fun little video and just cover some of the things we've decorated with. This is part one. Part two will be on the landing, and then we'll go up to Matthew. He'll be involved. Show his coat display and other fun things. So we're going to start with our
Okay,
entrance here.
so here we go. So these are some of the finds, and this one here is a beautiful party light house, and it lights up so nicely. And this is a lamp that we got a couple years ago, and we just love the colors in it. And then we got these three candle settings, and it's put out by Noma. And then we have a little puppy dog, and this is a chicken, if you can believe it or not. So it's sort of like a chicken snowman. And then right here is a Santa boot that's done in ceramics, which we had picked up as well when we were antiquing. And as we move along here, what we have is our Christmas tree, and that was a tree that I had originally set up with Jules. It was for my mom when she was in a long-term care facility, and while she was having her lunch, we decorated her room and put the tree, and she was just so overwhelmed when she saw it. I'll never forget the look on her face and how expressive she was. And the other thing is a nice find, and that was Joey who actually found this, and it was at the women's shelter, and it was in a bin, I believe, with a bunch of other books and that, and Joey spotted it, and automatically we just had to have it. So, and this here is a little candle that I made back in the early 80s, and it's all done with beads. Up above here, guess who that is? I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, Bing Crosby. So we absolutely love that album as well. But which Christmas album don't you love, right? Oh, and there's Mello again. She just had to get her face into this. Hey, Mello? Say hello. Hello. There we go. Right here is another Christmas album, Elvis Presley. And
Blue Christmas.
yes, definitely. Okay, and over here we decorated, we put a wreath, and we quite like it with the greenery and how vibrant it looks. And then here again, we got these are die cuts, and we got them at Strathcona Antique Mall. And again, it's one of those things that goes back to the 50s, and quite a happy little snowman. And I hope you guys start counting the snowman in this video, right, Dad?
You can talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Because what you guys are going to do is you're going to count snowmen, but you can go and review after and look at this and see how many snowmen there are. So you don't have to do it right away, but you can respond later on about how many snowmen you count. There might be some controversy on what's a snowman and what isn't, so that should be interesting.
So over here we have all these old-fashioned postcards and greeting cards. And again, it was a collection we've been collecting over the years, and again, the artwork on there is so nice.
And this one says, "May this Christmas day be full to overflowing of happiness for you." And there's the baby Jesus. So that was a very nice card, and they're all special in their own way. All nice little cards there. Look at those cute faces over there. Carolers. Look at those carolers.
Yeah, but look at the cutest faces of them all.
And look at these cute faces up here.
Those are the cutest faces of them
Yep,
all.
look at them. This is dedicated, of course, to our grandchildren, and there they are.
Yes, we won't brag. Will we, Daddy?
We can brag.
Yeah, okay. We love you.
Okay. Now we're gonna go over here and look at our creche. It says peace.
There's baby Jesus again. And see the little donkey keeping him warm. And everyone is in absolute awe. See? Oh. Yeah, he's so cute. And behind here, we have one nativity scene again, all done in wood. And it actually does light up. Oh, and over here we have a snowman that Grace had done when she was 5 years old, and she was taking art classes, and I just think it's spectacular the job she did on that. And then we have here an angel, and that's Jim Shore who did that, and it's got the little red cardinals on there, which is my favorite bird. And then we have a green bell, and boy, that thing was kind of difficult to put together, but anyways, we got it together finally, so we're happy about that. And then further on, we have a family picture, and that goes back to the mid-90s. And then we have Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and it's a little musical snow globe. And over here, of course, is Santa, and looking big, red, and jolly. Ho ho. Up above is a wreath, and we got that a few years back, and it was a Martha Stewart wreath, and we got it on a sale for 10 bucks. Quite liked it. And then Jules just put a bunch of lights. I don't know if you can see the lights that well, but anyways, they're quite nice. And here we have a picture that was done by Stephen Lyman, and it's so beautiful, like the pine cones and the mountains and the trees and the candle waiting for somebody to come home, I guess. And here we have Winter Wonderland, and that's by Terry Redlin. And you can see there's a snowman in there with all the children and the sled, and looks like a jolly picture. And along here we have our tree, and that is an accumulation of vintage baubles on it. And I don't know how many baubles are on there, but boy, every year it gets more and more. Over here we have a Merry Christmas book, and they've got a collection of stories, and hopefully we'll be able to read one of the stories or a couple of them to Grace and Hope. And then we have our little singing snowman, and some more snowmen over here. And this is all done in tin, which is quite interesting, and the base, of course, is in some sort of a ceramic material. And then over here we have these happy mommy and daddy snowmen in there. And let's see, there seems to be a Christmas tree as well. Oh, and a nice bell. Isn't that nice? Then we have here a Santa plate, and he has candy canes coming out of his cap. And of course we have another painting here, and it's of the cabin, and it's a pretty dark looking picture, but you know, it really does set the mood for a chalet type of environment. And then on the mantle we have our garland, of course, and we have another Bing Crosby record album with all the family favorites. And then we have our Peace and Joy and Noel and Another Joy. And then we have our Nutcrackers. And then further on, we have our Andy William album, which Dad absolutely loves Andy Williams. And I do too. Over here we set up a little corner, so we have all these little, like the little blue ceramic mouse on the top. And then we have the Charlie Brown cartoon.
Grace and Hope are familiar with that mouse.
Yes.
That mouse visited them on a Zoom meeting, and it was quite an interruptive little mouse.
Yes, actually it was trying to attack me, but it was brutal. I'm glad it's back on the shelf, eh? The mouse on the shelf.
Yep.
And then down below, we have our 2000 little snowman, year 2000. And then we have little different knickknacks like a bell collection. And further on, we have Dad's robot, which is an ornament you can hang on a tree or you can put up as we have standing. And then the Santa Mama and the Santa, that's us. Okay?
Yep.
The Santa people.
And the books.
Yes, and the books.
This one.
And the illustration in this Once Upon a Christmas Eve is a beautiful illustrations in there. And the artwork is just phenomenal. And then we have, further on, a collection of different Christmas cups. Dad really likes these. They are all a little bit different, the patterns on it. There's a Santa, and then further on the cabin with the trees, and then the poinsettias, and then there's a big Christmas tree. And over here is the gingerbread one, which is quite nice too. And behind, that's us too, right, Daddy?
Yep.
The Papa and the Nana snowman, snow woman. Yes. Okay. Now, this was a day to put together. And this is our Department 56 Snow Village. And this is all the residential section, sort of. So we'll just go across slowly so you can see all the figurines. I thought this was quite interesting, the husband and wife testing wine in the dead of winter. I wondered about that one. And then we have this Smoky Mountain Retreat, and actually, I believe it's the next house. What you can do is, we used to have like a, where it would actually bring smoke out of the chimney, but it doesn't work anymore, so, but it's still quite nice.
But that was one of our first ones.
Yes, this one here was one of our first.
Yeah.
So,
And where did we go to get most of these?
yes, most of these we got at the Christmas shop down in Banff. And boy, we can't go through Banff without stopping there. The spirit of Christmas.
And there's a special meaning too, because Grandma would come all the time too.
Yeah, Grandma Gerard, she absolutely loved everything about Christmas. She was one Christmas lady, and we certainly have some wonderful memories of her.
Wouldn't be a village without the Grinch.
That's right. Grinch it is.
Now this is a new one here.
Yeah, Dad got that in Erskine, Alberta. And it's this man who has this antique shop, and this antique shop is really a treasure trove because it's messy inside, but the more you dig in there, some wonderful stuff you find. So this was one of them.
That's a schoolhouse.
Yeah. It's got a school bell
Coca-Cola.
at the top.
Coca-Cola.
Yes. So, and this church Matthew gave to us a couple Christmases ago. And over here, I wanted to point out our nativity scene again. There's baby Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. Now this is our little corner in the kitchen, and we have like an angel, and quite stunning, I think, with all the little sparkles. Love that. And then the other album we have here is Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. Boy, I absolutely love Nat King Cole. I can't get enough of his singing, that's for sure. And then this is from the Panhandler years ago. And Bibsy would know the Panhandler for sure. And this is representing Alsace-Lorraine. And she's holding like a little Christmas tree. And then up above and down below is just a collection of salt and pepper shakers that we have. And we have like a nice candy bowl here. And we have the Santa Mama again, and the Santa, and then I put a Christmas tree here just to give it a little bit of dynamics, I guess. And then here, this was a supervisor who made this snow baby for me, and she actually had made several of them to give to her staff in appreciation for all the work we had done in pricing and invoicing, and she did beautiful work. And further on, what we have is some more of our snowmen, salt and pepper shakers, and then I just love this soap dispenser, the Santa. The glasses and the way the face looks is so realistic. I just thought it was really a nice piece to have. So usually it's at my sink, but we thought we'd put it out so we could show it to you guys. And here, of course, we featured our Jack and Jill magazine, and we did feature this Ideal Christmas book. But this one's another one that we just picked up, and it's a Marley Christmas, and we all know the story about Marley. We saw the movie, and it's based on a true story. And then over here is a Christmas with Norman Rockwell. I'm positive Joey has that one too. And then we have these little snowmen, which we showed a while back, and it's holding all our candies and chocolates, and what can I say? Over here is a beautiful globe, and we got that at Holes before Holes went bankrupt.
It's actually an ornament.
Yes, and it's absolutely
And it's
beautiful.
painted from the inside.
Yeah.
They said it's a very unique painting technique. That's why we got it, but it's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this guy.
And then here, this is by Jim Shore again, and it's, you know, representing the nativity, and so we quite like the carving. And again, here we have Miss Mellow, and she's waiting to go outside, but she's very, very calm. Now here's our other section of Department 56. Now this represents more like the downtown area. So we have like the gas station, and we've got the trailer pulling up, but it's got a little wreath on it. And further on, what we have is we have this Christmas trees. So you can see the two boys that have the tree, and they've got it on a sled. And then further on we have, it looks to be like a department store, but it's got like all these nice little wreaths. I don't know if you guys can see that in all the windows with the bows. I thought, boy, that's quite nice. And it reflects like a building made in 1921. And then over here we have a diner, and you can see the little people inside the diner, and they're sitting at the table. I thought that was kind of neat. And what we have here is Santa again with a snowman. And then here's these kissing elves. And then we have a beautiful piece as a Starbucks coffee place, and that was Jennifer who had given it to us for one Christmas. And then over here we have, isn't this cute? It's a little popcorn wagon, and the little popcorns are popping in there. I thought that was really cute. And then the little puppy, sort of like Mellow, when she smells popcorn, she's up on her legs, begging. And then here we have another die cut, and it's of an elf. And we actually got it along with that Santa and snowman that was hanging. And then over here we have an old-fashioned Santa. And then these are some Christmas mugs that we have, as well as another nutcracker. And then here's a snowman holding some napkins. Now this is a Christmas ceramic tree that I have made, and that was in the late 80s. And that thing, I must have worked on that for about a month and a half. I would lug it home, work on it, bring it back, go back home again, and on it went. But finally I was able to get it done, and I was quite pleased with the way that it turned out. Further on, what we have is another nativity scene, and this is of the Peanut Gang. And then if you guys notice, this is my mignon. And then here is a Carpenter's album. And we have to get the other one, of course. And this is a card holder, but we're not going to take it out of the packaging, because there's hardly anybody who sends cards now. We get everything through email.
And
there's our little girl again. You want to say hello? Okay? Yes.
so that's our part 1 of our video. And of course, Bella's just, you're loving this, aren't you?
Yes.
She deserves a treat for being a good girl. Anyway, especially for Grace and Hope. And thanks to Bibbs too, who's encouraged us to say, hey, go and put this on YouTube. And Joey, of course, who's been involved in many of these different purchases, and going to these different shops and posting things as well, and sort of coaching. Some of these places we've gone to, Joey's been our scout. So we really appreciate the scouting efforts that go on there. But this is for all the family to enjoy and everybody to enjoy. And we look forward to doing the next phase, and you'll be able to see Matthew. So have a good evening.
Bye, everybody.